welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Tony, you're the best. You're hysterical. Tony, you're a phony baloney. Listen. All right, I'm going to write Tony a song right here. Ready? Tony. He's full of baloney. Tony, come on, man. Help me out here. Tony, don't get emotional. Tony, I love you. All right, Mr. Walker. All right, because of all this bullshit with Tony Walker, I'm losing people as we sit here. I'm watching the numbers go. All right.
Tony, Tony, Tony. 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 Tony, 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 Tony.
Tony. You know, Tony.
Tony.
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker. Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker. Thank you so much, mate.
But I really like Tony.
Forget about it.
Tony is a wonderful guy. Tony is wonderful. Tony is wonderful. Tony is a wonderful guy.
Tony, Tony, pup, Tony, Tony, pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 Tony. Pup, pup, pup. Tony, 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 pup. Tony, pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, Tony.
Elio Pace and his band.
Playing hot bands. I got to wear the suit. 50 years on, the fire burns strong. Still cute to boot. Picking on a six string, I'm doing my thing. Have you heard the news? Ollie V, Johnny B. Gets easier for me. This old country boy's got something to say. Can your grandpa rock and roll like this? Best he can do with a Fender is reminisce. A little bit of boogie as distant as the
Okay, here we are. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Diane's here. Yay! Sorry for the late start. I was doing all sorts of stuff, and I just ran behind, and then
And I was late anyway.
I had to go get the door for
He's
somebody.
making an excuse for me. I was late. I'm sorry. That was very sweet.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Good.
good.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Glad to hear it. What's new with you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Spring training started. That's good.
That's the answer I was looking for, Diane Fogarty, McArdle.
Yes.
Did you sit around all weekend and watch the games on TV?
No, I worked on Saturday, but Friday night was poker, and so I told my mom, who did not know, by the way, that I knew that the game Saturday was coming up. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, they're televised." We set it up so she, knew what time it was. She stayed and she watched that game. She's a little upset because she was getting a delivery of a washing machine. She said she didn't really get to watch the game because everybody kept interrupting her.
Sons of bitches.
So she said, Sunday, I'm going to sit and watch the whole game. But she's excited.
Yeah.
Gives her, yeah.
Absolutely. My mother, too. She totally forgot that the Mets were on. She was working Saturday.
She just didn't even know.
My mother
Forget.
didn't
She
know
had
either.
no idea. And I said, oh, by the way. And she was so excited.
I called my mother Saturday night. I'm like, what'd you think? And I forgot that she was working. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, the game. She saw I was working. I was like,
oh.
But then she didn't know Sunday either. So I called her. I said, they're on again. And thankfully I did because she had no idea. It was so...
You're a good son.
Not really, but
No,
sure.
you are.
But yeah, it was nice to see the boys back in
You know
action.
what? And my sister now is down there, so
Right.
we asked if she was going to go because she said she would be going to spring training, but she said that was since it was split squad and you wouldn't get to see everybody.
Right.
She wasn't going, but my mom doesn't care. She just wants, that whole feeling of sitting and watching her ball game, and
Yep.
it's her Mets, and yeah, I'm happy.
Is your
for her.
sister
It's back.
Where did your sister
She's
move
in
to?
Rockledge now, which is near Melbourne Beach, which is about I think she actually Googled it. It's about an hour and 10 minutes from where
wow.
spring training is. So not bad at all. So she'll be going a lot.
See
I'm
that,
sure.
and that's the thing. If God forbid, have to move down there, which, I hope that never happens. But if I do, I'd make sure I'm near there.
Yeah.
Now, and is any of that near Boynton Beach where Romeo is?
No, but I will. Interestingly. Next week, we're going down on Wednesday because I would never miss the podcast. So on Wednesday, we're going down because the condo in Lantana we thought it was going to be open all of March, so we were going to go sometime near the end of March. But then somebody booked it from like the 15th on till May. So we got tickets to go down on the 5th, which is next Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to spend in that area, the Lantana, Boynton,
Oh boy,
Delray
are
area.
you sure you want to talk about this on the air?
And then we're going to go drive up to Rockledge and Melbourne, where my brother and sister are for Friday and Saturday, and spend those 2 days with them, and then fly out of Orlando on Sunday morning.
Okay. Right now, John, Dawn, I hope you're home because you probably have to get John off the floor. And I'm waiting any second now for that phone to ring.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. I wouldn't mind doing a drive-by. Sure. I would stop in. Well, I wouldn't. We only have 2 days, so we're going to be doing things, but I would stop just to say hello and a hug, an in-person hug. I would
get your sister, get your brother. Anthony, I'm assuming, is going?
Yeah. They're not coming down. We're going up after we go to... So it's just going to be
them
me.
all
It's
together.
just going to be me.
Get a free dinner from the guy.
No.
Bring everybody. The guy
No.
makes the best steaks you'll ever have in your life. I'm dead serious. And I'm totally volunteering him to cook dinner for your whole family. And I guarantee when he calls, he's going to say
but
yes.
if you have any little gifts you want me to bring down, next Tuesday would be the day to give them to me.
Okay. I'll have to...
Think about that.
Okay. Probably not. Wow. And you're sure? And when you say probably me, like not even Anthony's going to go with you to say hi to John yourself?
Of course he will.
Oh, I was going to say you'd have to
I'm not bringing the
FaceTime me or
whole
something.
family.
I need to make sure you're
I'm not
safe.
Gonna, impose. I would,
Totally
stop in
impose.
and say hello and, meet and hug and, all
Totally
the good stuff.
impose.
Is that him?
That's him. Jeez, I'm getting caught in my... Okay. All right, first off, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm
He's
okay.
fine. He's fine.
I thought for sure your heart would be racing. You'd be on the floor.
Don't be
You'd be
silly.
having all sorts of anxiety going on and happiness and overwhelmed.
Why? Because Diane and I had discussed this on previous shows. She said we're going to meet when she's down in Lantana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to cook for her. We're going to go to the Okeechobee Steakhouse.
The what steakhouse?
The Okeechobee Steakhouse.
Okay.
It's the oldest yes. It's the oldest steakhouse in South Florida, and it's comparable to Peter Luger's.
Wow.
Really?
And where is that located?
It's in West Palm Beach.
Perfect.
I do have an issue with this.
Well, the issue is that you're not coming, so screw you.
Oh.
You make... I'm dead serious. You made me one of the best steaks I've ever had, and I would actually take one of your steaks over Peter Luger.
Well, thank you very much, but Diane needs special attention.
No, I really don't.
No, you do. Yes, you do.
I just wanted to come
needs
see
special
you.
Attention. and it's Dawn and I and Diane and whoever she wants, whoever
Anthony.
Anthony and her sister and her
No,
brother.
we're
Their
not-
next door neighbor.
They're not coming.
That's fine.
All of them.
You think you're scaring me, Walker? You're not scaring me. You should know better than that.
I do, which is why I am volunteering everybody.
Yes, that's quite all right. Did you get a package today in the mail?
Well, God's honest truth, my mail doesn't even come till like 3 or 4. So
You're going to get a package today in the mail. All right, so it says arriving Tuesday, but that's the post office. Who the hell knows?
What did you send me?
When you see the package, you open it up, you'll find out.
All right, calm down.
There you go.
See, he's all feisty.
You'll have to
thinking
talk
like
about it tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll talk about it tomorrow with Mike.
Yeah, all right. And Mike also received the package, but it's two totally different things.
Well, yeah, I've known that about Mike for a long time.
Yeah, I sent him some some Prozac.
I don't even know if that would help that son of a bitch.
So Diane, you're coming down Wednesday?
Wednesday the 5th, yes.
Okay, so Tony, if you would be so kind and give Diane my contact number.
Okay.
All right, and when time permits, we will go and meet and we will have a nice dinner.
Sounds like a plan. Great.
Yes, that'd be great. And Tony, I without all kidding aside, you're always invited.
I know I am, and I appreciate that very much.
Always invited. But if you want to come down, you have a place. You stayed here before.
Yes, I have, and it's very nice.
Yeah. It's all right. It's adequate. It's no Taj Mahal, but
It's a great place. I loved it.
And well, thank you. And by you saying, God forbid, you should move down to Florida. Listen, eventually everybody goes to Florida. Eventually everybody goes to Florida. All right, and you're not at that category yet. But you never know. You might migrate down here. All right, and you live in Port St. Lucie, so you can see the Mets. All right.
And how far is that from you?
Oh no, it's far. It's about an hour.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah. No, it's an hour. It's about a turnpike. What do you say, Diane? It's about an hour and a half to about a turnpike.
I don't know. I know that from my sister, who is now in Rockledge, which is near Melbourne. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Rockledge is beautiful.
Yes. She just bought a house and she moved in officially last week, so she's down there.
Lever. You're all a bunch of flat levers.
And my brother's in Melbourne.
Melbourne, you can't beat Melbourne. Melbourne and Rockledge, it's really great.
Yeah.
You know what's good about them? They're in the middle, so they really don't get hit with the hurricanes.
You're right. Every time there's been one, we're always a little worried, and my brother says, "Don't even worry, we're fine. We're not gonna get."
Yes. That's one of the selling points. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. We're looking forward to it. When Dawn comes home, I'll tell her that we got a dinner date.
Awesome. I will. When Tony will give me your number, I'll just shoot you a text this afternoon just to say hello. It's me, so you know who it is, and then you can put me in your phone, and then we'll figure it out.
I'm worried about about him having your number. I'm very
You don't
worried
have to worry about
I
that.
am.
I'm not worried at all. I feel like we're there. I feel like we're there in the relationship. It's okay.
We're gonna have a wonderful evening.
Okay, great. I'm excited.
At the Okie Dokie Steakhouse.
No, at the Okeechobee Steakhouse.
That's what I said.
Look it up. You'll be impressed. If you look it up, you'll really be impressed.
All right. I will look it up because I want to know where Diane is at all times when she's with you.
Don't worry. There will be pictures. There will be video.
If you're good, we'll send you some kind of a video.
We will.
All right.
Well, I've been waiting for videos from Diane for a long time, and it has nothing to do with you.
Not those kind.
By the way,
can you believe he's worried about you? Can you imagine with this guy here? He's worried about you being dangerous.
He's all talk.
I know.
He's no action.
I'm not
what we
even.
used to say in the police department about those guys, about Tony?
What?
The guys like that. You can draw your gun, but you can never pull the trigger.
I pulled the trigger at least twice. I have, although my kids don't look like me, so I don't know.
Just to let you guys know, today is Tuesday. Anne's not watching because Anne is on her bike ride.
Oh.
Now there's a video we
her
need.
Harley ride. You mean her Harley ride?
She is watching, but she's going to go on a bike ride. Oh, that's great.
Anne,
right.
I believe, didn't Anne promise us video of the next time she gets on a Harley?
No, yes, I don't think she did. I don't think she did.
And we want video.
She just commented.
I think you asked for it, but she said no.
Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Well, she's going on a bike ride today. I just would. She has to be safe. I don't like those motorcycles. I guess they're a lot different in California. They are in Long Island.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. They most likely are. But I definitely like them right now. And you enjoy yourself on that bike with your friends from out of town.
And then she can call in and give us the play-by-play.
Or she can call in while she's on the bike.
No, let her enjoy herself.
See, I like the way Diane's thinking here. She's
Stop.
a dirty girl.
No, but she said she would call us and talk about it. So
listen, I was on the Southern State Parkway just before I moved down here, And I moved down here in August, and it was July. It was right after the 4th of July weekend, and I'm moseying back from the city, and a guy on a Harley, I think it was a fatality. He
terrible.
Air.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. Yeah, so yeah. All right, guys, continue with the show.
Yeah, thanks for bringing things down on that. Thanks.
No, he's good.
No problem, brother.
Wow. All right, so she's Anne's all excited for you and Diane. She says, yeah, she's and then she's not going out until later this afternoon. All right, so we'll be expecting that video, Anne. And I don't even have to play it on the air if you don't want me to, but I will play it over and over. Wow. So now I'm actually jealous. I don't know who I'm more jealous of right now. I don't know if I'm more jealous of you that you're going to see him.
You should be more jealous of me because you get to see me every week. No big deal. Now I'm gonna go visit.
No, I'm more jealous of him that he gets to actually sit and have dinner with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
That he doesn't deserve it. I know what I'm talking about. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a great time with them. They are the nicest people.
I am certain.
Dawn is a saint, and yeah, and yes, and if he says the steak is good, and I know how much you love steak.
I love steak.
So and he'll pay.
Oh, stop.
So it'll be great. Wow.
Look at that. I'm gonna have to dress up and everything. I'm so excited.
Dress up.
Yeah.
Because of where you're going, or you're gonna dress up for him.
Well, I don't really summer clothes. I just have you know this because the entire summer when I came here to do the podcast, I wore dresses every single day.
That's true.
Because in the summer, I need to have as little clothing on me as possible because I can't take the heat, and so shorts, pants, they're binding, and so that's what I'll be wearing this week. That next week when it's warm. So there you go.
I'm just see you in a dress eating steak. I mean, that's like part of the whole premise, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Just everything. Shoes are made of.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you steak Mets. I mean, really, the rock and roll. Does it get any better? It doesn't get any better.
I don't think so personally, but what do I know?
I have totally lost any train of thought that I had. I have absolutely no idea now what I planned for today.
Focus on your itinerary here.
Okay, let me see. All right, that reminds me, actually. There was watching the Met game on Sunday? No,
Saturday.
It was on Saturday and Sunday.
I know.
But
Sunday they had two games, I guess, because it was split squad. One was a tie. I had no idea they even do that in spring training.
Oh, really? You didn't know that?
They lost, yeah. I looked at the scores. I didn't get a chance to watch. We were busy Sunday.
And
then one day off.
And then they lost again yesterday. But I think so. You didn't watch it all on Saturday because you were working.
No, I did watch. I had it on. I can log into my computer on SNY through my Verizon account, and so I had it playing in the background. I missed the Soto hit. But it's exciting because a lot of the younger guys at work are Met fans.
Nice.
As I am, and then it's funny. The older ones tend to be Yankee fans. So we constantly have this thing, and there's a lot of betting happening. So one of them ran over to my desk and said, "Juan Soto just hit a home run. His first at bat as a Met."
Yeah.
So that was exciting, and I felt like I saw it because he came over so excited. So I did have it playing. I did see them play a little bit, but I couldn't really focus.
Now I don't know about you, but a good chunk of the fun of watching these games is the fact that we have, and I say we as Met fans, we have the best broadcasting team.
I know you do. You are fond of them.
Yeah, and not
That's good.
And not just, well, definitely all of baseball. I personally think they're the best of any sport. If you look at every sportscaster, and I think they might even be the three that might be the best of all time.
Well, I think that's great.
You don't agree?
No, I do. Listen, I don't really have an opinion. I think they're great.
Okay.
But I don't know enough about all-time sportscasters, and honestly haven't really watched enough in my life to know who was the greatest of all time.
Oh.
But if you watch them and you enjoy them that much, and think just that makes the entire experience even better. So that's
You don't,
terrific.
but or for yourself,
I love them.
Yeah, but whoever
But I'm also a Met fan, so
Right.
like there's that. I can't compare them to.
But
who
you,
else would
all
you
right,
compare
as a
them
Met
to?
fan though, would your
I do
favorite?
agree that the guys that you said last year were just horrific, were terrible. I was watching and going, oh yeah, this is sucky.
Oh yeah, when they were on another channel.
Yeah,
In fact, on
stupid.
Saturday they were actually complaining about all the games that they're not doing.
Oh.
Which I don't blame them, but I don't know who this is. You're on the air. Who's this? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Richard?
What's that?
I'm sorry, this is Eddie. Am I calling Richard?
Richard, what number are you calling?
Well, 516-520-2932.
Oh, I don't. You're not even close, pal. I don't even know how you got me.
What? Oh.
Yeah. That number's not even close to this number, so I'm not sure how you got us.
Okay.
Sorry.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Wrong number.
Riveting stuff on this show. Let me tell
Live
you.
broadcast. That's what happens.
But all right, so, but just as in your baseball watching experience, the broadcasters don't kind of enhance the experience for you?
Yeah, I think they do, but I mean, honestly, for me, when I was a kid, still in my head, I hear Ralph Kiner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which I'm with you.
And
all of his screw-ups.
Is it better than that? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he
But
definitely...
I guess
yeah.
that's part of just also the entire experience of growing up. That's always going to
Yeah.
be there. Are they better? I mean, they're great.
I
love it.
There was a part... Keith Hernandez, the guy is so knowledgeable, but then on the other side of that, he's so... there's no filter. He just says whatever he wants.
And you love that.
I do.
I know.
And so on Saturday, they were coming back from commercial and they were showing like different scenes of Florida, and they showed a man and a woman playing pickleball.
Yep.
Oh, you saw this?
No.
Oh.
But I know pickleball. So.
But the girl was like practically, it wasn't a bikini, but it could have been, and she was. Yeah, she had a really nice body. And Gary Cohen's just like, scenes from Florida as we return here from baseball.
From beautiful Florida.
And he's like, and there's some people playing pickleball. That's a fun thing to do while you're in Florida. But here at St. Paul, or, we're watching them at it. And all of a sudden Keith just goes, I'm still distracted. And sure enough, the camera went back to the pickleball. And the other guys were just dying. I was dying too. Keith Hernandez should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, you sons of bitches. That guy, what a tremendous baseball player he was. And it's fine. If you're not putting him in as a player, put him in as a
still need to get
broadcaster.
Pete Rose in there. I don't even remember what it was. I was watching something this week, and it was about Pete Rose, and I thought, oh, he just got screwed in so many ways. I'm sorry. I don't really care about the rest of it. He belongs there.
I agree.
Everything else aside, he belongs there.
I agree, but he didn't help himself.
I agree.
Yeah.
But how many people in that don't? I mean, he's still, based on his merits as a player and his accomplishments that, will never, some of them never get touched. He deserves to be there.
I mean, true. I mean, he did.
I mean, you know what? It takes away from everybody who is in there if he's not in there as well. I think it diminishes.
And he didn't cheat as a player. Well, as far as we know, he didn't cheat as a player. So yeah, maybe he does belong in there.
It diminishes his everybody who's in there if he's not in there.
What about Bonds and Clemens and McGuire? You think they belong in there?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I do. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Yeah, nobody's perfect.
No, of course.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Speaking of great announcers,
without Pete Rose, he needs to go first. Like, I feel like they should just stop and get him in there first.
Okay. Pete Rose, Keith Hernandez, and fine. If we're going to put Hernandez in, throw Mattingly in. I wasn't a big Mattingly fan. I thought he was overrated. But fine. But I'm willing to surrender and let him go in if it means Hernandez gets in. He really does belong in there. And speaking of great announcers, the tragic news yesterday, Al Troutwig I believe did some Yankee games for a while, but he did hockey. He did basketball. But Al Troutwig passed away yesterday at the age of 66. I think,
that's
or
too young.
67. Yeah, very
So
young.
did I think I saw Roberta Flack died.
Roberta
too.
Flack. She was, I think, 88. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. So yeah, Al Troutwig. That's way too early, way too young. And then Roberta Flack. I didn't realize she was that old. No. But yeah, 88 years old. Yeah, that's a shame. That's sad. So it was fun to watch. It's fun to watch the Mets, and glad they're back. Oh, and then also that one guy, what's his name? The one player that they were hoping that was trying to make the team and be a utility infielder. He got hurt. I can't remember his name. But if he's going to be out for a while, I think they did. Did they put him on the 60-day IL? They might have. But either way, then sign Iglesias and bring him back. I liked Iglesias last year, and he wrote that. Well, I didn't care for the song he wrote, the OMG, but yeah, bring him back. Damn it.
That's just fun, though. Come on, you know.
Well, yes, which is what I liked about it.
Adding to ticket sales. I mean, just say all of these things, whether the Mets win or lose, sells tickets.
Yes. Well, and again, so
one
bring
thing
them back.
about Met fans, win or lose, they love their Mets, and as long as you keep it exciting and fun, they will be there to watch them lose every single time if that's the case.
But hopefully they won't go to concerts.
Yeah, listen, they're going to win this year.
Well, yeah.
I'm feeling it all over the place, but they're just fun.
I'm predicting another Yankees-Dodgers World Series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Unless, if nobody gets hurt on the Dodgers, I think we're gonna see them in the postseason for the next few years. They built a dynasty over there.
Yeah, they did, but I think the Mets can do it.
Oh, believe me, I would.
Not going to be easy. But
right, yeah.
I think it can,
well, at least they brought Pete back. Thankful for that.
Thankful.
Yeah, so bring Iglesias back. What else? So Al Troutwig, sticking with sports. Sports Bash today at 1 o'clock.
I see that. I was just going to say I'm a little jealous.
Well, talk to him when he gets here. I
gonna have
guarantee
to.
he'll get you a shirt. So, yeah, it's official. They brought back the name the Dragons.
Yay.
The big press conference was this past Thursday where Peter announced it. It was fun. I went, and I saw a bunch of people I know, and it was a nice time. And I'm sure he'll be talking about that at length later, so I'll leave that to him. Today is George Harrison's birthday.
Okay.
Favorite George Harrison song?
Oh, God. I can only think of right now, I can only think of I Got My Mind Set on You.
All right. He didn't write that one, but that's all right.
It's a great. Sang it, right?
Yeah, and he did, and it was a great version of it. I think "My Sweet Lord" is one of my favorites.
Great song.
"All Things Must Pass." Do you know that song?
I don't
No.
know.
Okay, I'll have to.
My Sweet Lord's great.
"My Sweet Lord" is fantastic. "Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth."
Love it.
That's a great.
Oh, and that reminds me of Frank. He sings that song all the time.
Oh, does he?
Whenever we play together, he does that song.
Oh, okay.
That's one of his little solo.
Oh, okay.
Thingy. Yeah.
That's a great tune. All right, so speaking of music, do you ever, I know this happens to a lot of people, you wake up in the morning and then for whatever reason there's a song in your head?
I have nights where there's a song in my head the entire night and I can't sleep and I can't get the song out.
That's happened to me.
Crazy.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
But, so, sometimes I know why that song is in my head, sometimes I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And today I'm very frustrated because the song that's in my head is not a song I want in my head. It's YMCA.
Really?
It's been in my head since I got up this morning.
Interesting.
And I'm like yelling at myself, get that damn song in
Did
here.
you have a dream? Was there you can't remember? There was probably a dream.
Probably.
But yeah. Huh.
Since I got up at 6:30 this morning, since the second I got up,
You should play something to get that out of your head.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's what I do. I have to.
And I had music on the way here. What was I playing? Oh, I was playing the old Eric Clapton band, Cream. I was playing that.
Love that.
Yeah, me too. Big fan of that stuff. But yeah, but as soon as I got in here, YMCA was still playing.
I don't know.
That's bad. Yeah. So I find that annoying when I don't know, and especially when it's a song I don't like. That drives me nuts. All right, I saw this weekend. So I watched, like I said, I watched the Met games, but then I think it was Friday night. We were home, and Lisa came to me and said she wanted to watch the movie Skin Deep. Do you remember this movie with John Ritter?
I don't think so.
It's about a man who basically is like kind of like addicted to sex.
Okay.
He just loves beautiful women.
With John Ritter.
This movie almost, I remember reading it when the movie came out, because I saw it in the theater. The movie came out in the late 80s. I remember seeing it in the theater, and I remember reading it almost got an triple X rating.
Get the heck. When you said John Ritter, I figured, oh, wait, it's going to be a comedy.
Oh, yeah, it is a comedy.
But it's just a filthy comedy.
It's
For
filthy,
maybe now
yeah.
it's not filthy from all,
No.
but then it was.
No, well, definitely back then, but it still might be considered that now. I mean, there's a few scenes with naked women. They use the C word.
It's not. Yeah, I don't mind that.
I
don't
mind it either.
I don't mind. Yeah.
But I'm just giving reasons
Okay.
why this movie may have gotten a triple X. Maybe the content, because the movie's all about sex. And there is a scene. I do recommend. I do find this movie hilarious. Always loved this movie. There is a scene where this woman, this woman breaks up with her boyfriend. She's in a bar, and John Ritter meets her in the bar, and they end up leaving together. They go back to her place, and John's character didn't bring anything to for protection. So she turns the lights out. So all you see is a black screen, and she says, do you have anything? He says, no, I didn't bring anything. He goes, you have something? She goes, yeah. She goes, I do have something, but I need to warn you. He's like, what? She goes, this is a little different. He's like, all right. Still see a black screen. Sure enough, then you hear the sound effects of him putting it on. And then I think he was in the bathroom or something. So he comes out. So again, it's a black screen. All you see, it's a glow-in-the-dark condom. So all you see is the shape of.
So that's all you see.
That's all you
funny.
see. But
Okay.
it's hilarious.
Okay.
And then it gets better. They start fooling around, and then all of a sudden you hear a voice and you hear movement. And she's like, "Oh, that's the guy I just broke up with." So you see the little thing running, and he runs into the closet. So the door closes, so he's hiding in the closet. The boyfriend comes in, and he turns the light on, so now you see them. And she's yelling, "Get out! I never want to see you again. Get out!" Fine. So he slams the door. Now it's black again, and you hear him leave. John Ritter is about to come out of the closet, but then you hear movement again. He goes back in the closet. The bedroom door
And
opens.
this is all dark.
Yeah, it's all black screen.
Okay.
But now the bedroom door opens, and now he put one on, and he's trying to seduce her.
Oh my
So now you see another one. Sure enough, then you hear noise in the closet. So the guy goes to the closet. So now you see John Ritter, and now you just see them chase. It is so funny.
I thank God it's a comedy, because I don't know if I could have wrapped my head around the whole John Ritter in a sex movie.
Well,
I still don't know if I can.
He was a great one of my favorite actors. But drama too. I mean, he played the gay guy in Sling Blade. He was amazing. He was an amazing actor. I still miss him.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That episode of Three's Company where he's this drink was spiked and he's dancing. Remember that episode?
He was great. He was great.
Fantastic.
I agree.
So anyway, so I was surprised. Because as Christians, and Lisa is definitely a more practicing Christian. She's a better Christian, I guess, than I am. But so I was surprised she wanted
to see that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I was surprised. But then, and as much as I love this movie, haven't seen it in a long time, I was then surprised because towards the end of the movie, there is. I mean, the movie, like, he's addicted to sex, but he doesn't want to be, and he's trying to fight it. So, which is nice. And then, so the movie is all about redeeming himself. Mm-hmm. And there is even a scene where, towards the end, where he's like, God is good. God exists. God is good. I'm like, holy crap. Which, you barely see that in anything today, So I found that to be refreshing. So, yeah, I didn't remember that. Turns out Lisa didn't remember all the nudity and stuff, and she even said, she goes, I'm not sure if I wanted to, if I
really wanted to see that.
Yeah. But we were laughing our asses off. But it was nice to see that. I totally forgot at the end. He's like, God exists and God is great. And, and there is a good ending to the movie. But yeah, so a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that movie. So, yeah, that was fun. All right. So, and speaking of comedies, I want to make sure I get the comedian's name right. So there's a comedian who does a Trump impression. And he's been here. No, that's not it. I think Jason Scopo? Is that his name? Jason Scoop. Sorry. Jason Scoop. So Jason Scoop is a comedian. He's been in here. He's played governors. I actually think he might be from Levittown, now that I think about it. Anyway, he's been kind of viral for a while because he does these impressions and his Trump impression. And he looks nothing like Trump, but he
does them well.
He's got the voice down and he wears the wig and does these things. But now he's doing something new, or at least something I've never seen before until just a few weeks ago. First, he put out this video. He went to some. Robert De Niro was attending a premiere of something, and you see De Niro get out of a car, and he's walking across the street, and it's all blocked off, so it's all wide open and there's security everywhere. But this kid, Jason Scoop, he's right there. He's right there. He's like 20 feet away from De Niro, and he's dressed as Trump, and he's here I am, I won. You must be so upset. I thought you were going to leave the country. Like he's kind of taunting him. De Niro barely even looked at him. He just kept walking. One security guard even turns on at one point. Looks like he's laughing.
Asshole. Right.
Yeah. But so I'll tell you in a minute about another video that he just put out. But I just want to preface it by saying as you know as well as anybody else, I love busting balls. I love getting my balls busted and going back and forth. Mm-hmm. But I like it when it's ball busting and everybody involved knows that it's ball busting.
Right.
Even the other night, we were in here Saturday night. We had a few comedians in here. We didn't know any of them. New comedians in our world. One looked like he was around our age, and then there was another one who is in his, I think, mid to late 20s. And these guys were drawing at each other. And I was actually sitting there thinking, oh, shit.
Is this real, or are they... Yeah.
Sure enough, afterwards, they both went at each other like, oh, that was so much fun. Yeah, and one said, I hope you were okay with everything I was saying. He goes, of course I was okay. We were on the air. We were having fun. And I was like, phew.
Right.
But, and I do think Jason Scoop is funny. Like I said, he's been in here. He's a nice guy. But I'm not a fan of, the...
Doing things just to make people uncomfortable. Not being funny.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with that. I don't really see any reason for that. That's just not fun to me.
And I don't want to judge whoever does like that kind of stuff, but it's just not my thing.
I don't like it either.
So a new video has come out. How he's getting so close to these people, I don't know. But a new video came out just yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. Alec Baldwin is... He, had an Uber or a driver or whatever it is, and this guy is dropping him off at his home in New York City. Alec Baldwin is getting out of the truck, it's some kind of SUV. They go to the back, because he had a bunch of luggage, and he's paying the driver, and this kid comes. I mean, he's as close to Alec Baldwin as we are, and he's dressed as Trump, and I was fine with that, and I think even Alec Baldwin didn't seem to care at first. He wasn't really engaging the guy. He was just getting his luggage, but he seemed fine. And I will say, and I've said it on here several times, I am not an Alec Baldwin fan. I don't think he's a great actor, and he just seems like an asshole in real life, my opinion. So I'm not a fan. But I don't think he deserved this, where Jason Scoop... It's fun. At first, he's just like, it's me, President Trump, the guy, your favorite president, Alec. How does it feel to lose? Because I'm here. Who cares? Fine. But then he says, Alec Baldwin, how does it feel to get away with murder? You killed that girl, cold-blooded. Now, and I just talked about it the other day. Alec Baldwin has, he's given interviews about how he got through that whole ordeal, and and I do think he's an asshole. And I, guess what, Alec? That wasn't about you. We don't care that you're not that we don't care that you're okay, but again, this wasn't about you. I'm sure that poor girl's family doesn't give a shit that you're okay now. But having said that,
I don't know that that's true, but okay.
But
I would be. I've been. I'm not going to say somebody was murdered, but I've been in a situation where somebody I cared about got hurt because of the actions of another person, and I did care how that other person felt about it.
Okay.
And how it affected them.
All right, and I've been through something like that too, and I'll admit,
And I'm not going to say that's for everybody, but I do
Sure.
have kind of special empathy for people on the other side.
Yes.
Of those things. Okay.
I agree, but I will admit, as the person that something happened to, that was very close to me. The person that did cause this was also close to me, but there was no up or down, in or out. This one person was 100% at fault, and everybody knew it. There was no question. It was a very black and white situation. I've wanted to feel bad for that person, and I haven't been able to do it. And it's something that
That's you just
right.
I get it.
And-
I do though.
And which is great. And other people in my circle have forgiven that person, and I've said it to them. You guys are better than me.
Because we've all done fucked up shit. I don't care who you are.
Yes.
We've all done fucked up shit, and it could have gone, and sometimes we skated away from it, and nothing really, there were no bad repercussions, but there could have been. And if you think about what could have been, based on your own actions.
I'll agree. However, from this situation I was talking about, this person did something really, really bad. Something I have never even thought about doing in my life. But you're right. You're absolutely right. However, because of the severity of what this person did, I found it hard.
And
Still
that's
find it
fine.
hard to
And
forgive.
you know what? And that's, you don't have to forgive people or let people
Yeah.
in, or I mean, you're not doing anything to them. You're just not,
Right.
know. I want you to eat, just not at my table.
Right.
Right? You can eat, just not at my table.
But then
we're done.
And
I
Alec
have
Baldwin,
people like that too.
and the Alec Baldwin situation. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and debate whether he knew or whether it was his fault. I mean, that's a whole other subject. But I do have. I get a little judgmental when guys like him then go on TV and talk about how he's better now. Like, again, I think about the victim's family. Like,
Stan.
Shut up.
And maybe you shouldn't have done. Well, I will say that I agree that in that situation, it's great that you were able to get through it, and I'm sure it was all very difficult. But to go on a public forum when you know there are other people over here hurting, and that's not really going to help them.
Right.
I don't understand the reasoning behind doing something like that.
Right.
Right.
And
so
he's currently,
I agree
right.
with that.
He's
I would never.
Currently on the cover of People magazine.
No,
talking about how his family got him through that, and he's got a new reality show coming, and they make it look like in the commercials for this reality show or the trailer, whatever you want to call it, that they even address this. And I'm sorry, but to me that's, in my opinion, you're starting to like cash in, and I have issues. Now, having said all that, I don't agree with this a comedian going up to him and bringing that up either. To me, that's you're crossing a line.
I agree.
But now
That's
okay.
just being mean for no reason. I have
Right.
no use for that for anybody.
But then, so I kind of go back and forth with this video because I don't like how this guy brought it up. But then that's when Alec reacts.
Snaps. Right, and we know he has a temper.
And that's the thing. After what you
That's what that guy was trying to do. Let's face it. 'Cause
Absolutely.
you wouldn't go there.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Right? I mean,
But-
like that idiot on the phone that said something about you. I mean, come on. Everybody's got a snap point.
Who called
right?
again yesterday? That's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody's
he's still
got a snap point.
I just hung up. But now, having said all that, Alec Baldwin, who did again, whether it was on purpose, whether he knew or not, whether he fought, whatever, he still. Whether, again, it's a whole other discussion. Accidentally or on purpose, whatever it was, he's still the one that pulled the trigger and killed that girl. So, I would, especially now, I'm going to go back on TV, I'm going to give these interviews. To me, tell me if you agree or not, but if you're now going to do interviews and talk about that, and talk about how you got through it, well, I would hope before you started doing interviews, before you start going out in public again, I'd like to think you also had discussions with a therapist, with a PR person, with a doctor, and worked on that temper.
Right.
So sure enough, this comedian is making fun of him for killing the girl, and he does. He turns to the guy and he says, "If that camera wasn't here, I'd break your fucking head." I'm like, oh. I understand this guy is trying to trigger him, you want to say get the fuck out of here, you asshole. Fine, but he's now he killed this girl. He's being made fun of for killing a girl, and now you're threatening physical violence. Like, somebody should have been talking. Somebody should have handled this and said, Alec, whatever you do, don't ever threaten violence on anybody ever again. Alex, you need to calm. You need to take a breath. You need to do whatever so that you don't threaten physical violence. Again, you want to say, hey, you're a little shit, and I think your Trump impression sucks. Fine, but he threatened. And then
There's not going to be a repercussion for that. There's no legal issue with that. He said, if the camera wasn't here, I would do this, and the camera was there. So there is no threat.
Oh, no, I'm not
right?
saying that there's a legal...
And you know
it's
what?
It's just not a smart thing to say.
Obviously, that's good television. People want to see that shit. That's why the guy did it. He got exactly what he wanted.
Oh, right. He's getting his
too bad
viral
for
video.
Alec Baldwin giving this idiot what he wanted.
Right.
Because he got it.
Right.
And number one is don't give them what they want. Right. Number one rule when you're dealing with an asshole is do not give them what they want.
And that's the thing. So now,
yeah,
Alec Baldwin threatening violence is going to overshadow all of it. It now gives everybody something else to make fun of him about.
I don't disagree with that.
And I just...
I don't disagree. But
it just,
everybody's got a trigger. And that's
absolutely.
just, I just can't even imagine.
Because of what it's not like he... I don't know, I'm trying to compare it to somebody else. Like, I don't know. It's not like somebody who got caught shoplifting and then they did something stupid again. This is a guy who killed somebody and
You keep saying he killed her. I just
again,
he
accidentally
murdered her.
Well,
it was an accident. It's no. It's no different to me than hitting somebody with a car.
Absolutely. I'm just being
and not
blunt.
even being a drunk driver. Then I totally blame them that
Right.
they killed somebody. Right.
Yes.
That's to me. That's not even a. But that was not the case here.
Agreed. But that's what I keep saying. That's a whole other conversation. Because whether it was accidental or not, like the whole details, I'm just kind of going with the bottom line. The bottom line is whether accidental or not. I'm not making accusations. I'm just being blunt by saying he killed a girl.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I get it.
I'm not trying to sway anybody. I'm not trying to, but and again, just being the circumstance that. Again, it's not like you shoplifted. Somebody died. Like, this is a pretty big deal.
Somebody died. Terrible.
So,
yeah.
I just feel when you're in that situation, you gotta whether it's a PR person or some serious therapy. Either way, you can't. I just think it's just not going to bode well for him. After that situation, now threatening physical violence and he didn't even say go away or I'll smack you in the face. He said, I'd like to crack your fucking skull. Like, again, it's just not going to bode well for him. You know what I mean? I just think it was kind of, just not in the best.
I agree. Not great form, and but what are you going to do? He gave the guy. It's unfortunate. He probably more regrets giving the guy what he wanted than anything else there, because he was just coming home, minding his business.
Oh, absolutely.
People are assholes, and
Yep.
people are always going to be assholes.
Yep, unfortunately. Yeah.
And it's funny. I just said about the drunk driving thing, but I have to tell you now that I'm being contradictory in my head because there's a television show. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's on Netflix called Apple TV called Shrinking. Jason Segel is a therapist.
Oh, with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Never seen it.
Great show. Watched it in its entirety. Would watch it again. Really, really would love for the next season to get here soon.
Okay.
And the premise of that show is Jason Segel's a therapist. He's got a 17-year-old daughter. And a year before the series starts, his wife was killed in a car accident. A drunk driver hit her.
Okay.
And killed her. So when the series starts, he's in a really, really bad place. The neighbors are helping to take care of the daughter. And then how this community of people, Harrison Ford being
he's the
head
therapist, right?
He's also a therapist who runs this place where Jason Segel is a therapist at. And then there's another girl who's a terrific actress. She's also one of the therapists, and then the neighbors, and it's kind of a whole. So the first season is really how he's kind of digging himself out of this and trying to make reparations to his daughter for really dropping the ball and not being there for her while she was grieving her mother too, right? So
Okay.
this is the premise of the show. And part of this is, did you ever see Ted Lasso?
No, I never watched.
Okay. So,
Very familiar with it, though.
right. So Brett Goldstein, who is a very prominent character on Ted Lasso, is also a writer on Ted Lasso, also is a writer on this show, and also stars, it has a part, and he plays the part of the drunk driver who killed the wife.
Okay.
And so part of the storyline comes around dealing, of course, when they first meet him, they have a very, very bad reaction to him and get out
Sure,
of here. And,
right.
but the daughter feels it's necessary to kind of get to know him, and he's just a very kind of, it's ruined his life again, living a terrible, horrible, he didn't go to prison, or he did for some time, but now he's trying to live with this, and he's in a horrible depression as well. And so there's a story for that, and you do feel for him, and I did feel for him. So I just wanted to go back and say I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because, there are extenuating circumstances to everything that happens, and
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, terrible things happen to good people, and bad people can get better and be better people, and
Yep.
life is
You're
fucked
absolutely
up
right
that
about
way.
that. Yeah.
So that's that.
You're right. Let me, I haven't read any comments. Let's see what's going on.
Oh God, there are other people here and we're ignoring them. We're sorry.
Dressing up is not necessary in South Florida. Hi Mario. Mario and Debbie are watching. Carol Miner, at least he was nice. Our Rangers are going to Victory Plus app, and you have to pay $100 to watch the Texas Ranger games. I'm so disgusted. I think that's unfortunately the way it's all going to end up for all of us.
I think so too. You're
Yeah.
going to have to pay to see your team.
Pete Rose, Mickey Delaney says, Diane, Pete Rose can screw himself.
That's
All right.
okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
Ann says, John, my sweets, I don't think I ever thanked you for your service. My only niece is a Los Angeles sheriff deputy. I'm a proud auntie. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, her favorite George Harrison song is Here Comes the Sun.
Ah, great.
And
Great.
George is also her favorite Beatle. There's Fremder. It's fun to stay at the YMC Gay. Yes, I had a feeling. I guess sex is something to be addicted to.
Who said that? Fremder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ann and John are talking. Fremder, the C word, that's my favorite word. He
It's
says.
my favorite word too.
Is it?
Love it.
Really? The C word?
Yes.
I like the F-bomb.
Yeah, I use it the F-bomb. Well, I don't have a potty mouth, but I'm not afraid to use a word, but I just love the effect that word. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, we have. I don't recall.
I love the,
Yes.
I can't believe you said that.
We've had that
Why?
discussion, but I don't recall
British
hearing.
television, they use it all
Well,
the time.
that's true,
I
yes.
love it.
Well, yeah.
I love it.
Right, and so now it's all come back to me. We have talked about it.
Yeah.
There's a comedian from, and I think I said it at the time. There's a comedian from Ireland, Mick Thomas, who you can see at Westbury Music Fair. He's opening up for the Irish singer Andy Cooney in
Oh,
March.
nice.
He says it all the time. He
Love
said it's motherfucker
That you can't use there,
that you can't,
right?
or is the equivalent to the C word over there.
Cunt and twat.
Twat.
Twat. Love it.
You twat.
Wanker.
Yeah.
Love it.
I do laugh at how they say twat.
I love it.
I like it better. Like here, twat. Like it's almost too uppity.
No, twat.
Twat. It's almost
It's
like quack,
great.
quack, 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 aflack, twat.
Yeah.
Fremder, I used to date a hot chick with Tourette's. Nice ticks. Oh, goodness. Oh, Ann says she loves Jason Scoop. Okay. Yeah, he is. He's very good. Fremder, ball busting in the morning, the evening, and sometimes in the middle of the night. The Alec Baldwin, but Ann says she loves Jason Scoop, but the Alec Baldwin thing is not proper, she says.
Yeah.
What? Fremder, Alec Oopie Boopie Baldwin? What the hell does that mean? Oh, because he fired the gun. I guess Alec Baldwin was coming back from a movie shoot. Yeah. All right, somebody by the name of Warbucks says Alec Baldwin is a killer. All right, if that's how you feel.
That's your opinion.
Fremder, you got that right. Alec Baldwin definitely had a trigger. Oh, my goodness. That's funny.
Wow.
I will laugh at that. Warbucks says Baldwin has a history of being a violent asshole. Yeah, and absolutely. But I don't think you
he
can
shot a lady. I don't think he did.
Yeah,
that
I don't
either.
think
That's not
I don't think you can connect that to
punching somebody
yeah.
in the face. Right.
And Warbucks, who are you? Thanks for watching, and hope you stick around. All right, last comment. Fremder says, when I look down, I see a dick. A dick is a dick, no matter how big or how small it happens to be at the time. It's still a dick. Why is he?
No matter how big or small it
Yeah,
happens
it's
to
still
be
a
at any
dick.
time, it's always a dick.
Yeah, but why
a
is
dick
he?
is a dick. I have.
Is
no
he
idea.
saying that Alec Baldwin's just a dick? And then he says,
Or he's talking about the John Ritter dick thing.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, we're going back now, so
Yeah.
we don't know where these were.
And he just wrote, I like tater twats.
Tater twats.
Tater
I
twats.
like that's funny.
That is pretty funny. So I just that's not my thing. Even Howard Stern back in the day would do shit
I
like
agree.
that, and I love.
I agree,
Howard
and
Stern.
I do like Howard Stern, but every once in a while he would do that thing, and I'd be like, oh, it
Yep.
just when it doesn't make me feel good. But when it doesn't make me feel good, I stop watching, and then I go back for the things that I like.
Yeah, I mean, I only looked up.
Everybody does,
I only looked up the Scoop thing because I've worked with him. You know, like I said, he's been in here and he's done some stuff. Otherwise, I would have just maybe quickly read about it just to be informed. But I did go back and watch just out of curiosity. But yeah, and then another thing I watched. There's another comedian who has done some stuff in here and has played the club regularly. Although I haven't seen her here in a while, but Natalie Cuomo is her name.
Okay.
Now, there's a video of her that's gone viral that I actually do have and I'm going to play for you. It's become the norm, and we've talked about it many times on this show. It's become the norm for when comedians are doing their thing. It's the norm to be heckled now. Because, you get all these viral clips of, somebody yelling at the comedian.
Everybody wants to be part of the show,
Right.
Right? Yeah.
And it's become dangerous. There was an incident, a year or two ago, where a girl was performing at the brokerage. No, I take that back. She performed at the brokerage a week later. She was somewhere in the city, I believe it was, and somebody threw a full beer can at her, and that went viral. And depending on the exchange, a lot of these videos go viral. So a lot of young people, they come to comedy shows now thinking that's the norm.
Right.
And I've seen it here. I've seen some of these guys, they just start yelling and they don't stop. And it gets to a point where somebody here at the club has to walk over to them and say, hey, you got to knock it off. And you see the confused look in their faces, like, what am I doing wrong? Because they think
There
that's...
should be an announcement before
Yes.
saying this is how you conduct yourself. They do this in a lot of places. They do it in Broadway.
Right.
They do it. If people need to be, told, we should tell them.
Yeah. Our friend Natalie Cuomo, she was being heckled, and she kind of lost it for a minute. So I'm going to show you the clip. It's like a minute or so.
Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what made you want to ask him? Huh?
Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my god, don't get scared.
It's not my fault. It's not material.
What?
It's not my
Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now if
Well,
I
I can
wanted.
roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing.
Whoa!
Is that not loud?
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying your
I can take the
day.
mic if you want.
It's okay. He's your new friend.
I will say this, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There are so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing, and you're putting fucking look me in the eyes. You're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking, look me in the fucking eyes. This is the last, look at me. This is the last show of my fucking weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
They're shouting Natalie. Her name is Natalie.
friend. It's so cute. You can leave too. I won't be offended. Okay, LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially for a comedian.
Okay. And that's that.
I don't know. I think she kind of handled it okay.
I think she handled it well, and I think in this day and age, the way the comedians get treated. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but that guy was an ass.
Completely disrespectful.
Right.
You know, you can be funny and not be disrespectful.
Right. So let me see. So that was the video. She is the comedian Natalie has since faced a slew of criticism online and shared another clip to address the confrontation, branding it a meltdown. So you saw me have a meltdown, she says. So don't fuck with me, before pleading, actually, please don't fuck with me, while clutching the microphone. Yeah, I actually have the same agent as Kanye West, and they only dropped one of us. That's funny. It's just so ironic that I went viral for saying, look me in the eyes when my husband is autistic. Despite her comic take on the meltdown, she also opened up by saying, I'm getting death threats. All these guys are saying they just want to finish me. And then she says, but I'm used to men saying they want to finish on me, she says. Yeah, agreed. Total assholes. And I don't
honestly think she even needed to address it. She should have just left it be.
She could have, yeah.
And, everything blows over. She really didn't do anything wrong there.
I don't think she did anything wrong either.
No.
These poor comedians, especially, I mean, she's young. I think she's 30. But, so she might be more used to it, that kind of, but I know plenty of the, older comedians, like my age or something, where these guys, they're still, they don't know how to take it, because this wasn't how it used to be.
Right.
And some of them even take pride in the fact that they've never had to throw somebody out. One guy recently had to throw somebody out for the first time, and this is a guy that's been doing comedy for years and years. And he felt guilty about it. But the guy, was giving him a hard time.
Listen, people are not going to learn if there's no repercussions to their actions. You have to, come on.
But it does suck, like you said, people are assholes. It does suck in this day and age how the keyboard warriors, I'm sure if she's getting death threats, I'm sure 90% of them are false. Probably 99% of them are false. But you get a death threat and it still kind of rocks you, even though you may know it's false. But there's that little piece of you that makes you wonder.
Yeah.
I once, it's nothing on that degree, but I was on News 12. This is years ago. I was on News 12. The house next door to me, where I was living at the time, the house next door to me, the people sold it to an organization that was going to turn it into a group home. Mm-hmm. Now, but the group home, it was a group home for like drug addicts and stuff like that. And me and the person who lived on the other side of this house were complaining, saying, look,
we have families
this
here.
is dangerous. If you want to make it a group home for people on the spectrum with permanent residence, we're totally fine with that. The woman on the other side, she called News 12. Mm-hmm. They came, and they're talking to her in front of her house, and I was outside doing something. I just happened to see them. I'm like, what's going on? So I walk over, and she tells me, yeah, News 12 was talking about the house. So, and then she tells the cameraman, she goes, from his backyard, he has a better view of the back of their house than I do. So the guy says, can we, because I had a high deck, and it went, you could see over the fence.
Okay.
So the cameraman says, can I shoot from your backyard? Sure. We go back there. The reporter comes back there. She asked me maybe 3 questions, right? And they were all like very. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like how do you feel about? It's just what's that over there? Like it was very innocent questions. And then you turn the TV on that night. So some people in Seaford are upset about some unwanted residents. They never said the word drug users. They never said temporary residents. And then the piece opens up with me. The first thing the reporter says, Tony Walker of Seaford is not happy. And there's a clip of me pointing, and I'm like...
So you're like that not in my backyard guy.
Right.
Instead of
so immediately
talk about what it really is.
Right.
I get you.
Immediately I'm like this. Oh no. Oh no. And sure enough, it's on News 12's Facebook, but even some people found me personally. I wouldn't say death threats, but there were some threats, and there were people really coming down on me, and I found myself at first
defending yourself.
And even saying, I have an autistic daughter, I'm okay with it. And then of course my mother's calling me up crying, people are gonna hurt you. I was like, shut up. So it was it was a little nutty. But so there is that little part of you that, think, if I walk out the door here, am I going to get
it's
beat
scary,
up?
no doubt. Yeah.
But it is mostly just keyboard warriors who and this poor girl, she's getting, she's getting
That's
death
stupid.
threats, and because you leave the comedians alone. Don't, if they want to do crowd work and they want to talk to you, they'll talk to you. But yeah, these giving people a hard time, I don't know what that's like, says Fremda. Fremda says she's pretty hot. Yes, she is. Natalie Cuomo is a pretty girl. I'm not familiar with Natalie, says Ann. She's cool. She's actually great. She's been here many times, and she is great. And so, check her out. She's got a lot of stuff, on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff. You had a high deck. Yeah, you did, says Fremda. So I feel bad for her, and I hope
she'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think she's going to be fine.
If anything, I hope she can take advantage of it, and maybe go viral, and maybe get some stuff going. First rule about the press is no comment. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Romeo. Like I said, he just wanted to get some
They take
some
bits
shots.
and pieces. They don't.
Right,
Yeah.
and they totally botched the story, and I was so mad, but and it did. We had nothing but problems with that house for a few years. One guy had was running. He ran past our house, went to the house next door to us, started banging on the door. The cops came. This guy beat up the cops.
Well,
right in front of my house. We had a girl running around naked through up and down our block. Yeah, it was a little crazy for a while. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's do some Tuesday trivia.
Ooh.
I almost forgot. All right. Was it? No, it wasn't last week you were in here. It was the week before, right?
Week before.
Yeah.
Yep.
I tried that. Oh, no, it was last week. Last week I tried to get, because my wife works on a school calendar. I tried to get her in here to join us.
Oh.
She wouldn't do it because I look stupid doing Tuesday trivia. I never know the answers.
I don't know the answers.
And that's what I told her. I said,
so Diane's stupid too. She doesn't know the answers either.
I didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't. I did say, which I've said on the show before. I said I never know these answers. That's why I stick to asking them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wouldn't do it. But the reason I bring all this up is because I will warn you, Diane Fogarty McArdle. These questions are a little hard this week.
Oh boy.
In my opinion, not all of them, but some of them.
They're only hard if you don't know the answers.
Well, there you go. Carol's watching. The press twists everything for ratings. It's the worst. The Post in the early 80s called out my egg donor in an article, The Devil's Advocate, about the prayer in school crap. I still have the article. Carol, I remember that well. I do remember that very well. Yeah, her mother spoke out against school prayer. And yeah, it was kind of like big news on the locally for a while, yeah. I remember that well. And yes, they definitely made your egg donor out to look like a bad person. All right, Tuesday trivia. From the questions aren't the only things hard this week. Well, it doesn't go without saying Diane's here. Yeah, good for you. You have it hard. Yeah. All right. As always, please put your answers to the questions in the comment thread. We're going to ask 10 questions. We do not give out the answers until all 10 questions have been asked. Then we go through Diane's and everybody's answers. We make fun of you for being wrong, and then we give you the real answer. Anybody, if you're not in the area now, but you will be, or if you are in the area and you want to come see a show at Governor's, all you got to do is play. You don't even have to get the answers correct. You just got to play. And then tell me when you want to come see a show, and I can get you into most shows.
Participation prizes.
That's it.
Love it.
E for effort. Question number 1. Author Salman Rushdie received how many death threats within the first 6 months after releasing the book, The Satanic Verses?
Oh my God. How many? A million. I mean, it was just stupid.
It was.
I say a million because how can you pick a number? I don't. Yeah.
Okay. This actor played Sid Vicious, Lee Harvey Oswald, Count Dracula, and Beethoven. Not in all one shot, in different movies.
Shoot. You'll have to come back. I mean, I have to think that one through.
Okay. I'm actually...
Sid Vicious, Beethoven, who else?
Sid Vicious, Beethoven, Count Dracula, and Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, God. What's his name?
I think I messed up on the first question. So, so I'm going to stop for a second. I'm just going to go through this. Because it didn't even register when I first grabbed this question. Because the answer I have says he received 56 threats within the first 6 months. There's no way that is correct. So I don't know. I have to go back and look to where I got this question from. I think, if I remember right, I think that's the amount of times he actually had to move.
Okay.
Because of so many threats within the first 6 months. So I'm going to scratch that question and I'm going to replace it. So.
Okay.
And because it's George Harrison's birthday. All
How
right.
old is he? Would he have been?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, because it's one of the questions.
Well, it's going to be the question I'm adding. How old was Harrison when the Beatles broke up?
31.
So we're basically starting over. So, yeah, the first question, how old was George Harrison when the Beatles broke up? You said what, 31?
31. It's a guess. I'm not.
And then, so then the second question would be, who played Sid Vicious, Lee Harvey Oswald, Count Dracula, and Beethoven? Okay. You guys with me? You guys follow? Sorry about the confusion. All right, next question. What 3 words preceded Land That I Love in the 1938 Irving Berlin tune?
God Bless America.
God Bless America, says Diane.
Preceded Land That I Love.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't name the title of the song, but I'm not looking for the title. I'm looking for
I understand.
Okay. Let's see. What is a question that you should know, Diane Fogarty McArdle? What is the world's all-time best-selling automobile?
All-time best-selling.
All-time best-selling in the world.
In the world. Wow.
I really thought you were going to
Just
hit
strictly
me with
by
that.
numbers?
What else would you go by?
I don't know. Well, I just Honda Civic.
Honda Civic. Question number 5. Which major religion does not view homosexuality as a religious sin? Which major religion does not view homosexuality as a religious sin?
Well, you know what?
What?
You could make an argument for a couple. I'll say Judaism,
Okay.
but I feel like if you actually, well, if you read the Bible, I don't think Christianity does either.
Christianity, they don't.
Hmm. You can make an argument. I mean, people will argue both ways, but from my perspective, I would say it's not a sin in Christianity, and it's also, I believe, not a sin in Judaism.
It's weird. They don't. The Bible does say something about loving gay, lesbian, however you want to label it, but it does also condemn homosexual acts. So they do both. They kind of contradict themselves a little bit. Okay. I think I may have asked this question before, but I'm doing it again anyway. The biggest landowner in New York City is who? The biggest landowner in New York City is who?
In New York City.
New York City. Told you they were hard today.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, I feel like this is educational. We're going to learn the answer. Yeah.
She finds a positive spin in everything.
It's true. I want to know the answer.
Oh,
to
I
that question,
believe you.
so-
I'm
I'm not
complimenting
making
you.
it up. I really do feel that way.
I believe
I'm
it.
going to leave here knowing more than I came
I
in.
just think it's great. That's all. All right. So you don't have an answer?
I
to
don't
that
have
one?
an answer.
Oh, all right. What percentage of the world's population? Oh, this is a multiple choice. What percentage of the world's population has never made a phone call? 27%, 47%, 67%. Percentage of the world's population who has never made a phone call.
47%.
Diane says 47. All right. Question number 8. Why can't you use beef stew as a password?
It's because it has space.
Okay.
Or because it's got two, well, no, but you can still do, I was going to say 2 letters the same consecutively, but you can. So I'm going to say it's got a space.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 9. Arachibutyrophobia. Arachibutyrophobia. ARACHIBUTYRO phobia. PHOBIA. You want me to write it out?
Arachibutyrophobia. Okay.
Oh, look at you. What does it mean?
Fear of flaming spiders.
That was pretty good. Okay. 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 Last question. According to Pornhub.com, which state is the least kinky?
Least kinky state.
Yeah, according to Pornhub, what is the least kinky state?
Montana.
Just for shits and giggles, what do you think is the most kinkiest state? I don't have the answer. I mean, we could look it up, but what do you think is the most kinkiest state?
What do I think is the most kinky state? I don't know. New York. I don't really think New York's kinky though. No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just think we're open.
Good answer. Yeah, we'll look that up before we go. All right, question number 1. Let's go back. Did you guys answer the Harrison, or did I confuse you guys?
I said 31. I don't know if
Yeah.
they did.
How old was George Harrison when the Beatles broke up? Diane said 31. Vicky said, Vicky and Rusiello both said that George Harrison was 27 years old.
Oh, they might be right.
They are right.
Good for them. They're smart. Well, you have smart fans.
Yeah.
You do.
27. He was young. I mean, that guy was only 23, 22, something. He was only.
That's crazy because my youngest is that age, and I just can't even imagine you've had that entire life by the time you're that age.
That's where I was going with this. So he was born in 43. So he was 24 when they made Sgt. Pepper.
Crazy.
Can you imagine that level of genius at 24 years old? I mean, I just.
You know what? Genius shows itself early, though, and just
A lot
for
of cases,
everybody,
yeah.
they don't have success from it. There are plenty of
Right.
them out there, but.
McCartney.
To experience that kind of success at that age is
Right.
just crazy.
McCartney was only 25. It's really crazy to me how young those guys were, and they did so many amazing things. The actor who played Sid Vicious, Lee Harvey Oswald, Count Dracula, and Beethoven. It hasn't come to you
It
yet?
hasn't come to me.
Well, I will tell you. What? All right. I don't know what Fremder's talking about. Okay. So John, Vicky, and Fremder got it right as well. Gary Oldman.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Diane agrees. That is correct.
I knew when you said it. I could see him in my head.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah.
just couldn't.
The three words that precede land that I love.
God bless America.
That's right. You got it. Vicky got it. Fremder. America, land of the fee, home of the slave. Come on. Is he the only one that got that one? Nobody else even answered it, it looks like. All right. Let's see. Okay. The world's all-time best-selling automobile. Mickey said... Liom. I don't know what that means. Liom? Is that initials for a car? I don't know what that means, Mickey. Sorry. Vicky says the Ford 150. Fremder says definitely not a Tesla. Ann says a Volkswagen, and she wants us to know it's a guess. Romeo says the Toyota Corolla.
See, he's kind of on the same wavelength as I am. I know it has to be. I was thinking Honda or Toyota, and it's got to be a small car because they don't do SUVs and trucks in other countries. So that's why I went with
That's
that.
why you said Honda Civic.
Right.
And, of course, Fremder said the 2025 Ford Clitoris. Right. Romeo Rusciello got the correct answer.
Yay!
Toyota Corolla.
You know what? I was between the two. I went
Yep.
with Honda. He went with Toyota. But
I don't think I've seen a car last as long as a Toyota Corolla, too. Those cars go forever, man. I had a Nova. Not like the classic Nova that you know that from the 70s. This was a 1987, 85, something like that. I bought it in 88 or 89. 88, I bought it. But it looked like a Corolla. It turned, that's what it was. It was a Nova, but I don't know, it was something, and you might know more about this than I do, but Nova, like, for some reason they hired Toyota to make Novas for them for a few years.
Okay.
I don't know what that was about.
Toyota does that.
Yeah. That was the thing. If you looked at this particular Nova, it looked like a Corolla. And that thing lasted forever. I love that damn car. Yeah, that was great. Corolla. So John Rusciello got the correct answer. Which major religion does not view homosexuality as a religious sin? Diane said Judaism. Rusciello said Buddha. Vicky says Judaism or Buddhism. Ann says no idea. I don't know if she's talking about that question or the next one, but Fremder. According to Christianity, Mary had a little lamb. Why am I laughing at that? The answer I have is Hinduism. That's not the same as Buddhism, right? Yeah, right. But that's the answer I have. I don't know if...
Gonna have to look into that.
I don't know if anybody's going to tell me Buddhism definitely doesn't. I don't know, but that's the answer I have. Who is the biggest landowner in New York City? You said... What?
I didn't answer it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you didn't answer that. John Rusiello said Zeckendorf. Columbia University, says Vicky.
Oh, that could be true.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
Guess
that was
who?
a good answer, Vicky.
Yeah,
I
good
think
for
that
you,
was a
Vicky.
very well thought out answer.
Well, it's still wrong.
Still a good answer.
The biggest landowner in New York City? The Catholic Church.
That makes complete sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
What percentage of the world's population?
I was thinking of a person, and so that's why when you
Little
said
bit of a
Columbia,
trick,
that made
trick
sense.
question.
Yeah.
What percentage of the world's population has never made a phone call? 27%, 47%, or 67%? You said 47.
I did.
Vicky said 27. Ann says 27. Rusiello says 67. Fremder says 0. The answer is 67.
I'm not surprised.
I was shocked by that. You're
I'm
not surprised?
No.
That floored me. Why can't you use beef stew as a password? Diane says because there's a space in between. Vicky says easily figured out password. Does that mean you know the answer, but you didn't tell us? I don't know what she means by
Well,
that.
because they usually give you all these criteria: needs a number, needs a capital, needs a lowercase, needs.
Right.
But every site is different. Some of them don't require anything.
Right, but Vicky says easily figured out password.
But I know none of them allow spaces.
Right. So I don't know, but I don't know what she means by that.
I don't know. I
Is she
think that
saying
was her
she?
answer. Maybe that's the reason, because they always say that when you
Oh, it's
try to
too
put in a
easy?
right, it'll say not a strong enough password.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not
Gotcha.
like global. Not every site will do that. They'll let you pick anything.
You're right. Sorry, I didn't get that. Oh, Mickey meant a limo. That's what he meant to type before.
Oh.
Okay. Vicky's first car was also a Chevy Nova, but it was a Toyota. Yeah, I rolled the car down an embankment, and I only needed to pop the top up and cracked my side view mirror. All right. Don't drive with Vicky.
Okay.
I guess you can say the Catholic Church owns a whole lot of land. I shouldn't have read that. Frank C. is all upset he missed trivia. All right, so go back. Scroll back. Okay. All right. Nobody got this answer correct. Why can't you use beef stew as a password? It's not strong enough.
That's what Vicky said.
No, you're not. It's not strong enough.
Oh, strong
Strong enough.
Strong enough. Oh,
It's
it was
not
a
strong
joke.
enough.
It wasn't really a question. It's not stroganoff.
I laughed my ass off at that stupid
Well,
joke.
you know what? Because you read it. I know. That is funny. I'll take it.
Sorry, Vicky. Arachabutyrophobia. What does it mean? Vicky said the fear of flaming spiders.
That's what I said.
Vicky
Vicky and I
said
are
Vicky.
one and the
Sorry.
same,
No,
so
I
that's
meant
okay.
I meant
feel
you.
like we're
Sorry.
connected.
Well, Ann said spiders. Actually, Vicky said the fear of flying spiders. John Rusiello says fear of food. John Rusiello is not completely far off. Arachabutyrophobia means the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Holy crap. Really? Wow, that's a thing? I mean, I know that's a thing, but I can't believe there's a word for it. And that's it.
I didn't. Well, I knew a thing was the peanut butter sticking. I didn't know people feared it, and that to the point where there's a word for it. But that's what it means.
That's stupid that they would even make a word for that.
That's got to be the first negative thing Diane has ever said on here.
Who has all that kind of time on their hands that they actually made up a word for that? And they put it in what is it in the dictionary? I want to know now. Now I need to know.
I guess, is that a job? Like, do people have a job making words?
I don't know. I think people have jobs adding words to, like, determining whether a new word like meme or has taken enough hold that it belongs in the dictionary and then putting them in. Somebody has that job.
Yeah. Okay. So the last question, according to Pornhub.com, what is the least kinky state? Which state is the least kinky? Diane said Montana.
Guess.
Ann said Utah. Vicky and John both say Wyoming. Fremder says Moo Moo Buckaroo. I have no idea why he's saying that. Fear that a spider might crawl up your butthole and start a family. What the hell?
Dear God, who said that? Fremder? Wow, Fremder.
Las Vegas is very kinky, says John. Fremder says, according to Pornhub, I love tits. Toyota makes great cars. Oh, I'm not reading that, Fremder. Not reading that. Frank C. I'm sure Fremder is about to make a stroking off joke. Yeah. My favorite classical piece about playing with myself by Jerkovsky. Yep, Frank called it. Fremder just sent one. Okay. Oh, and then Frank C. also, he thinks it's California. Nobody got the correct answer. Oh, excuse me. I take that back. Frank C. did get the correct answer. It is California.
It's the kinkiest
The
state?
least
Oh, the
kinky
least
state.
kinky state.
California.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just looked it up. The most kinky state is Georgia.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, 'cause they have
I was
nothing to do
thinking
down
like, one of those southern states.
Yeah, 'cause
But I
they-
wouldn't have gone with Georgia. I would have gone with like Missouri or Arkansas.
I really, at first, would think California. I think California would be my first guess as the most
the
kinky.
kinkiest?
Yeah, because they're, I don't know, they're so.
What?
They're different over there. They're different
I don't
thinking.
think they're kinky.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it does make sense that like a southern state or a place like Georgia where there's nothing else to do.
Well, nothing else to do.
And people,
yeah, and it's
they
according to Pornhub, which is an internet porn
true.
site. So they're determining who's doing the most kinky searches.
And you can live in the woods and not see anybody for miles.
You could be in California. You could just do it, so you don't have to search it.
We got to go to California. Forget Florida. And
New York
John.
too. Really.
Fremder, the kinkiest state is the state I'm in before I start playing with myself. Oy, oy, oy. All right. With that, it is time to get out of here. We got GM Peter Schwartz coming up at 1 o'clock. When are you singing again?
It was going to be March 6th, except for I had to cancel because I'm going to be in Florida. So I had to bail on Dave.
Was he mad?
Dave's never mad.
Good answer.
No.
And how
he's
can
good.
you be mad
And
at
I told him,
Diane?
but if he'd like to come down to Florida and book a gig there, I'm in.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there.
That would be fun.
So.
Anybody else in your family sing or any musical in any way?
My daughters both did a lot of musical theater.
Oh, okay.
And but
Not
that's
anymore?
it. No,
Oh.
nothing more than that.
All right. So
my boys can sing too. We used
Yeah.
to. I was like the regular Von Trapp family when my kids were little. We were always singing. But
So do you
my
have
nephew, my
another?
sister can sing.
Oh, yeah?
But she won't.
Yeah.
In front of people.
Do you have another gig then lined up?
Nope.
No?
I got nothing.
Okay. All right.
A private party in March.
Frank C. wants me to come. Yeah, go see Seconds Out on Friday. There, or come to Governor's. Frank has asked me to come to the show. I can't. I'm doing a murder mystery at Cafe Spiga on Friday. So Knockem Dead Comedy at Cafe Spiga this Friday. Come on down, or come to a Governor's show.
Where's Cafe Spiga?
Mount Sinai.
Oh, out there. Look at that, Suffolk County people.
Yeah.
Go.
That's right. We're doing our 80s themed murder mystery show. And you're doing a show with us in June? Yes?
You said April.
No, remember then I said, don't worry about that one. Remember? And then I said,
okay.
I have another show June 6th.
Okay. I know.
I'll get you the script because it's
Right.
not the same show.
Yeah.
But similar character. Okay. So, yeah, knockemdeadcomedy.com. Come see us. Come check us out. Govs.com. Check out their full schedule and make some reservations. Steve Ranassisi is playing this Thursday. Jay Moore is here this weekend. One Funny Lisa Marie is playing, I think, the Brokerage. Mark Gagnon, Jay Nog. Just some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend. And today is Tuesday, so what do we got? Peter Schwartz at 1 o'clock. And then after that, 9 o'clock tonight, Hershey and the Keegs. Their special guest, Don Sill, will be with them.
That's so late. Oh my God.
You can do
Do
it.
you have to be here for that?
I'm here for
You come
every
back for
single
that?
show.
Wow.
I am always
I have
here.
to tell you that you're dedicated.
I am
because,
I'm
sometimes
here
I'm at
more than
work
I'm not.
that late, but I have to be there. Like I don't leave and then have to go back.
Well, fortunately, I'm less than 10 minutes away from here, so it works out. But yeah, I mean, there are days I'm here for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And there are days where, there was a day like yesterday. I was only here for my show, and then I didn't have to come back, so that was nice. So, and that's one of the beauties of this studio. I get to make my own hours. That's the beauty of the show. You know, we have the freedom to talk about anything we
Anything.
want, use any words we want, like the C word. Yeah, I love it here. So, all right. We're out. Peter Schwartz at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys. Me and Mike Kaplan tomorrow. Coffee with the dog at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Coffee with the dog.
Coffee with the dog.
Coffee with the dog.
Okay, bye.